Hi everyone, it's Isa here. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, why you have more energy on keto diet. Have you ever noticed that some people, even in their 50s or 60s, they are full of energy, they look younger, they stay active, learn new things, exercise, start new projects, and then there are others at the same age who feel constantly tired, struggle with their health, and don't have the energy to do much at all. What's even more surprising is that some people already feel this way in their 30s. So, why is there such a big difference? Of course, we can say lifestyle or responsibilities, but what if that's not the main reason? What if the answer is actually much deeper? Today, more and more research shows that our energy depends on what's happening inside our cells, specifically inside something called mitochondria. So naturally the question is, what are mitochondria? That's exactly what we are going to talk about today. Now, before we go deeper into the science, let me share something personal. I have 3 kids. I have been working in IT for over 10 years, and about a year ago, I started feeling constantly tired, even after a full night of sleep. At first, I kept telling myself, maybe this is normal, maybe this is just life and that's how it's supposed to be. But at the same time, I was seeing other people with similar lives who still had energy to grow, stay active, and moving forward. And that's when I really started questioning things. What is the difference? Because I was not always this tired. Something clearly changed, and I couldn't understand why I cannot able to fix it. And this is exactly what led me to look deeper beyond sleep, beyond stress, and into what's happening inside the body itself. So let's break it down in a very simple way. Mitochondria are tiny structures inside every single cell in your body. They are often called the power plants or power station of the cell because they produce energy, something called ATP. In simple terms, they take the food you eat, whether it's a glucose or fat, and convert it into energy your body can actually use. But their role goes even further than that. They support your metabolism, help your cells repair, and play a huge role in your brain function, your mood, and your ability to focus. And speaking of the brain, this is where things get even more interesting. A single brain cell can contain hundreds, sometimes even thousands of mitochondria. And your brain has about 86 billion neurons. That means your brain may contain up to 100 trillion mitochondria. And when you hear that, it actually makes sense because your brain is extremely energy demanding. Even though it's only about 2% of your body weight, it uses around 20% of your total energy. Every thought, every emotion, every decision, all of that requires energy. So the quality of your energy production directly affects how you feel and how you function. So now we can connect the dots a little bit more clearly. When your mitochondria are working well, you feel energized, your thinking is clear, and your mood is stable. But when they are not functioning properly, you start feeling tired, you experience brain fog, and your motivation drops. And this is exactly where keto comes into the pictures. On a regular diet, when your body mainly runs on glucose, your energy tends to go up and down. You eat carbs like bread, sugar, pasta, or rice, your energy spikes and then very quickly it crashes. After that crash, you feel hungry again, maybe a little bit sleepy, and you have to reach for coffee or another snack to get energy. This cycle repeats throughout the day, creating unstable energy. Now let's compare that to what happens on keto diet. When you reduce carbohydrates, your body switches from burning glucose into burning fat and producing ketones. And ketones are a much cleaner and more stable source of fuel. A simple way to think about it is this. Glucose is like fast burning fuel that creates spikes and crashes, while ketones are like high quality fuel that burns steadily and lasts for longer. Because of that, when your body runs on ketones, your energy becomes more stable. You stay full for longer hours, your brain works more efficiently, and your mitochondria actually perform better. In fact, your body can even produce more mitochondria on ketogenic diet, which means you are increasing your overall energy capacity. That's why so many people say their brain fog disappears on keto diet, and it's not a random thing, it is biology. And what's really interesting is that keto is not something new. In fact, the ketogenic diet was originally used to treat epilepsy, especially epilepsy in children. I had a full video about that, please make sure to watch it. Today it's also being studied for mental health conditions like depression and bipolar disorder with very promising results. If you want to go deeper into this topic, I highly recommend the book Brain Energy by Christopher Palmer, where he explains how mitochondria and metabolism are closely connected to mental health. And now, bringing it back to my own experience. About 4 months ago, I fully switched to clean keto diet, and honestly, I have not felt this great in a long time. My energy is stable, my mind feels clear, and I don't have that constant fatigue anymore. I feel energized almost every day. So if you recognize yourself in what I described earlier, I really encourage you to explore this topic more, because maybe the issue is not that you don't have time or you are tired. Maybe the issue is that your body doesn't have enough stable energy, and that's something you can actually change by changing your diet. So to summarize everything we talk about today, keto is not just a diet, it's a shift in how your body produces energy. You give your body better fuel, you support your mitochondria, and you create more stable, long-lasting energy throughout your day. I have recently obtained my Keto Coach certificate, and on this channel I share how you can increase your energy by applying keto diet on your daily life, along with the latest research and data from the keto world. I share videos regularly, both in English and in Russian languages. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel, press the like button, and stay up to date with the latest posts. That's all I wanted to share for today. Wishing you all the best and lots of energy.